Okay, welcome back. So as you guys already saw by the title of this video, this is a tutorial on how I get my WMX1 to control these Rockville Rockwedges right here. I know a lot of people have been messaging me and asking me if I can do a video on how to control these uplights. So let's get right into it. So really quick, first off, I'm gonna let you guys know what it is I'm gonna show you guys in this video. So basically I'm gonna show you guys how I use the WMX1 to control my uplights. And I say uplights because that's exactly what I'm gonna set you guys up for. I'm gonna show you guys how to control. So I'm gonna pretty much make this basic as I can because it'll help me out to better explain it and not go all over the place, because this thing offers a lot of different features, but I'm not gonna get into all that today. I'm just gonna show you guys how to be able to get this to control these lights, and how to be able to set presets. So when you guys are doing your guys' gigs, whether you guys are doing weddings, birthday parties, or whatever, you guys can set presets before that event happens. So that way when you guys get to that event, these are already ready to go by using the WMX1, okay? So let's get right into it, okay? So first off, I'm gonna start a new project, right? So if you guys have purchased a WMX1 or you guys are thinking about it, the first thing you're gonna wanna do, after you guys already did all that fun stuff, setting this thing up with your computer, but once it's ready to go, right now it's already a new project because I already opened a new project, but if not, you'd go to here, to this little settings button, you go to projects, and all you do is hit new, and you hit new. And that's pretty much gonna open up a new project. So yeah, so now it's pretty much a brand new project. There's nothing attached to this, meaning there's no fixtures that I can control right now because I haven't added any fixtures to this new project. Okay, so that brings me to add in my fixtures, right? So we're gonna go to this little emblem right here. If you guys can see this, it's a little, kind of a, so yeah, we're gonna go to the fixture emblem, and now we're gonna hit the fixture emblem plus right here to add it. And as you guys see, on the left side right here, it pretty much has all the brands, right? ADJ, so whatever brand this is, I'm gonna look for. So this is Rockville, so I'm gonna find Rockville. There it goes. And now over here with this one, over here with this next knob right here, I'm gonna go down to Rockwedge. And now over here, as you guys see, it has the amount. Right now I have 2 of them, so I'm gonna put 2. And that's it. So now I hit add to, and I'm gonna hit the mode, how many channels I want this to run off of. I always hit that one. And I'm gonna set these all to my first group, right? And you guys will see what groups are in the WMX1 right now. I'm gonna set them to group A. If you wanted to, if you had other fixtures you were gonna add later on, you would add those to every other group. Like if I had all my uplights, I would put them all on group A. In group B, if I wanted to, if I had moving heads, I would put all my moving heads into group B. And if I had like my wash effects too, I would put them into like group C or whatever, right? But I try to keep all the same fixtures on the same group, okay? So for now, we're gonna do group A. And boom, as you guys see, they lit up. The reason they lit up, normally they wouldn't light up unless they were on the channel that this thing is telling me that they should be on. As you guys can see, the first fixture needs to be on channel 1. And I know you guys probably can't see from over there. I'm gonna see if I can put this in front of this camera over here. But right now it is on A001, that's what the first fixture should be on. So that's what that is on. And the second one needs to be, according to the WMX1, in order for me to control it, the second one needs to be on 011, as you guys can see, 011. Now the Rockville, if you guys notice, it says A. Normally you guys will see D. On the Rockville, you guys want to go with A, right? So this gives me the most amount of channels I can work with, okay? So you do A011. So that's why these things turn on. If they weren't on the right channel, they would not turn on, okay, until you guys set them to that right channel. So yeah, so after that's set, I have them on the right channels. Now I can go to home, or I can hit this little back button. I'll just hit home. So now pretty much these are connected now to the WMX1 because I have them on the correct channels. And another thing before I move on, you guys are wondering how I'm doing this wirelessly with the WMX1. So if you guys can see right here, I have, it's not the Donner, it's the Chingley transmitter. And I'm having that pretty much send a signal to these up lights right here. That's how I'm controlling it. You can do it with the Donner. I've only tried it with this one, so I know it works. I know they say with the Donner it works as well. So, and if I believe Rockville has their own, I might purchase that later, and I'll tell you guys why later, okay? But that's how I'm controlling this right now wirelessly, okay? So again, like I said, I'm gonna keep this as simple as I can. So how I get these to work as best as I can, I only use color effects, right? Because that's pretty much what these things do, right? You're only going in between colors. And the two that I use, again, I can go through all these and kind of explain to you, but I honestly don't really use them, so I'm not going to do that. I honestly only use what you guys will see right here is the first rainbow, and also this rainbow right here, right? They're pretty much similar, so I'm not going to go into the differences. You guys can go ahead and you work through it, all these different types of settings that are on here, but I'm gonna stick with the first one, okay, and show you guys what you guys can do with that. And then later on show you guys how to save those as presets. So the first one, oh, and also as you guys can see right now, right, they're just it's not gonna do anything as I hit anything. Reason being is because right now I don't have the A right here, right? Because I have these all on group A. I technically don't have group A on, and the way you can tell is if you press this right here, up here, that pretty much will light up. And right now, pretty much that takes away my ability to control these if I click back, or I can also click here, right? So that has to be on in order for me to be able to control these fixtures, okay? So always remember that. If you guys are wondering, hey, nothing's happening, make sure this, group A is turned on. So yeah, so as you guys can see now, if I change it, right, blue, red, right, purple. So that's pretty much, it gives me the ability to control these now, okay? So I'm pretty much gonna show, again, as you guys can see, right, I have all these different things. And the cool thing about having the two different fixtures, I can show you guys. I was just going to show you guys with one, but I'm going to show you guys with two to kind of show you guys what some of these functions do, right? So if I have this one right here, as you guys can kind of see, the speed is at 50%. Phase, I'll show you guys what that is right now, and then fade, right? So if I turn the fade all the way down, you're going to notice it's kind of just going to change colors, kind of flicker off and on. Right now it's kind of fading in between, if you guys can tell, but if I turn this all the way down, it's just gonna kind of go in between each other, right? Just kind of blink to a different color. Now if I want to fade it, obviously, you can turn it up, 50%, 60%. It goes 0 to 100% of the fade that you guys want. Again, it's totally up to you guys, but for now I'm gonna keep the fade all the way up. And then with the speed, again, I can turn that up, right? Let me put a couple different colors, right, so you guys can kind of see that. If I put the speed up, you guys are gonna see it's just gonna kind of fade in between really fast. The higher I put the speed, the percentage, the faster it's gonna go, okay? So turn it down. Now on this same button right here, on this same knob right here, if I click it in, as you guys can see, it has the BPM right there. And you guys can see right now it's set to 120. So technically right now this thing is going to 120. Let me actually turn the fade down so you guys can kind of feel the beat, right? So technically that is going at a 120 BPM. Now if I want to change that, the cool thing about this is if you guys are DJing, you guys are out there, right? You guys have your up lights, you guys want them to go with the music. You guys hit this BPM tap right here. So if you guys are feeling the beat, right, you guys are just doom. You guys want to have like a 60 BPM. The slower you tap this, the slower that's gonna go, right? It's gonna go to that BPM. So right now, as you guys can see, it's set to 57 BPM. Now, if you guys change your guys' music, right, you guys are now up on a 130. You guys want these to go with that. You guys obviously just kind of click it faster. And now you have at a 129, right? And you guys can pretty much if you guys had the music going right, you guys could feel it, and you guys can kind of just go with that type of rhythm and set it just like that, right? So that's kind of cool with on the fly, you know, syncing these with the beat. I don't personally use that, but if you guys would like to, that's one of the options that this thing allows you to do while you're out there. Now, if we look at this again, if I click this one more time, if you guys see that right there, what that is doing right there, now it is on sound active mode, because I know a lot of people like to have the fixtures on sound active mode, right? For during the party or during the reception, correct, right? You guys, a lot of you guys like to just kind of have these run off of sound active. If that's how you guys like to run these, this thing has that feature as well, right? So yeah, so that's pretty much simple. I mean, simple as that, right? Right now it's on sound active. So you guys can kind of see that, right? It might pick up my voice. So this thing does have a little microphone, and the other feature it has as well, if you guys want to be more precise, you guys can, there's actually a connection right here, an aux connection that you guys allows you guys to actually connect directly from your DJ controller directly into this, so that way it picks it up even more accurately. So that's pretty cool. I actually did try that. It actually works great with the uplights. With moving heads, it doesn't, because you know it kind of flickers. You know, it kind of goes a little crazy. But with uplighting or any type of, you know, static fixtures, it works very, very well. Okay, so that's pretty much the three functions, right? Again, your speed, if you guys want to control it with speed, right? If you guys click it again, and you guys can do it by this, working this right here, you know, doing it to whatever BPM you want. If I click that again, now it's on sound active. Okay, so that's pretty cool about this. Now phase, what phase does, if I had a bunch of different fixtures, a bunch of different uplights, right, kind of around the room, if I wanted all of them to do kind of, you know, have a little chase going on, you can do that with phase. Okay, so it's gonna be hard to tell with just two. But if you guys can kind of see, let me just put the two colors. So it's pretty much just kind of right. Okay, right now it's on. So if you guys had a bunch of different uplights right next to each other, you guys would see that it would be chasing each other right now, right? It would be doing a little chase effect. Obviously with two, just having two, you guys can't really tell, but as you guys can see, that's one of the other options right here, using the phase. And you can actually, you know, if you wanted to slow it down, again, you can slow it down, right? Totally up to you guys. So yeah, so again, that's what phase is right there, right? And again, you guys can do it with the fade, right? It's kind of fade into each other. Which again, you know, it's totally up to you guys how you guys want to use this. You guys can mess with this. It's really exciting for me to kind of find different other options of how to control these. But for me, I honestly like to keep it simple, right? Especially when it comes to uplighting. We pretty much just want to set it when we get there to a certain color that the clients might want. And then later on, you know, for, you know, different portion of the night, we want to have a different effect going on, or different, you know, uplights going on. Okay, so my next thing that I want to show you guys is saving these presets, right? So I'm gonna kind of break it down as if you guys were gonna be doing a wedding. So say tomorrow I had a wedding going on, and the client wanted, you know, a certain color for, let's say, cocktail hour. She wanted a certain color, and then for dinner hour, you know, they wanted to switch it to a different color. And then for during the reception, the dance portion, you know, I wanted to kind of, you know, go with the music, or kind of have, you know, an effect going on during that portion of the night. I'm gonna show you guys how to set presets for that. Okay, so let's get right into it. So the first thing, right, the client wants, say she wants pink for during a cocktail hour. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. Okay, so say the client wants pink for cocktail hour, so we're gonna find pink. So say she wanted that, right? The client wants pink for during cocktail hour. So after I select the color under color effects, I'm gonna now switch over to presets. And the cool thing about this thing right here is, so in each project, this thing has about 100 available presets that you can choose from to be able to save these onto. You can override them as well. Like if you don't like the last preset, you can overwrite that with something else that you guys might want to input. But for now, again, I'm gonna keep it simple. So yeah, so if I wanted to save this color for cocktail hour, after I hit presets, right, I go to my preset, I want to save it to that bank right there. I'm gonna first hit shift, and then that one I want to save it to. If I wanted to save it to somewhere else, I could do that, but I'm gonna do it to this one. And now I'm gonna label it, right? So I'm gonna put, if I wanted to, I would just put cocktail hour. Let's just put that, cocktail hour, and boom. As you guys can see, it is now saved, right? So now, obviously there's no other preset, so I can't choose a different one. So now say the client wanted blue for during the dinner portion, right? Or she wanted blue, she wanted it to fade from pink to blue during the dinner portion of the night. So we'll go back to color effects, and we're gonna select blue. Now it's totally up to you guys how you guys want it to work. If you guys wanted to go side by side, I like to keep them pretty much the same. So I would probably do the phase all the way down so they stick exactly the same. So if I turn the phase all the way down, they're gonna pretty much go at the same time, same colors. So now let me turn that thing down, right? So they can kind of fade very nicely. A little faster. A little too fast. Okay, so say I wanted it right there, right? It's gonna fade in from pink to blue, very nice and slowly. So say now I wanted to save that, right? So I'm gonna go back to my preset and I'm gonna go to the next one. I can go down and I'm gonna save that to dinner. Hopefully I spelled that right. Dinner hour. And I'm gonna hit this little check right here, or I can also just hit this and it's gonna save it, right? So now I have my two, if you guys can see. So cocktail hour, she wanted just, the pink, boom. So that's ready to go. And say dinner hour is about to start, and then boom, right? So I have those two presets saved already. So now we have cocktail hour saved, and we have our dinner hour saved. Okay, so now we want to do the reception part, which is the dance portion of the night. So let's go back to color effects. Now for me, I like to just do a bunch of random colors. You guys can choose whatever colors you guys want. I'm gonna choose, I pretty much just do all these up here. I might not do that one, but I'll do that. And I don't do a fade when I'm doing my dance portions, right? I'll do this. I'll keep the phase down. So again, I do it by percentage. If you guys want to do it by BPM, right? I don't, I just do it by, or if you guys want to do sound active, say you guys want it during sound active, you guys want it to go straight with the music, you guys can save it just as that, but I'm gonna do it by speed. Cause I can already tell what I normally keep it at, and for me, it works just well. So if that works for me right there, right, for the dance portion of the night. Now that I have that going, right, I'm gonna go into my presets, and now I'm gonna save the next one. So again, don't forget to hit shift before you click where you wanna save it to. And then from there, I'm gonna label that. I'm gonna just put dance, right? I don't like the caps. Oops. Dance. And then I can click this, or I can click that, and then boom. So now we just saved our cocktail hour, and we saved our dinner hour, and now we just saved our dance. So now everything is ready to go for that event for tomorrow if I had an event. And it's as simple as that, you guys. This thing is very easy to work with, again, and you guys can always go through all these other different functions. I'm not gonna do that. If you guys want me to make another video, if you guys have any questions on how to, have these do other things, I can probably do that. But again, with uplighting, we kind of try to keep it as simple as we can. Again, as you guys know, the best thing a lot of us like to use is sound active. Sometimes I know a lot of people do that. You know, but again, it's totally up to you guys how you guys want to use this, you know, to control these. But that's pretty much how I set my presets up for an event coming up. And honestly, a lot of times I already have a project open dedicated for weddings, and I'll kind of just overwrite right there and there. So I pretty much have a preset for my weddings because it pretty much stays the same. The only thing that I might change is their colors that they want, and I just go in there, you know, I'll have cocktail or dinner hour, and then dance will always stay the same. The only thing I'll change is the cocktail hour and the dinner hour. And that's pretty much it. You know, and I also on my projects, obviously, if I'm using moving heads, I have a project that has my moving heads, and if I'm using my wash effects, then I have my project that has my wash effects, moving heads, and these up lights all in one. And then I have another project that just has my up lights with my wash effects, because that's typically what I use all the time. My moving heads are only if they wanted that package. But again, I have a project for all those different types, you know, or if I'm just going to use my uplights, I'll have a project just with uplights in it. But yeah, so that's pretty much it right there. The other thing I wanted to kind of go over is on this side over here, as you guys can see. If you guys are curious about this side, I do use some of these functions over here. I don't really use this. If you guys want to know what this does right here, let me go to something simple. Let me go into that, or let me go into this. So if you guys were gonna hit this right here, if you guys click it, it's supposed to go a little crazy, do a bunch of just random things that you guys can kind of see, right? It just kind of does a bunch of, you know, it just adds a little extra. You let it go, it goes back. And your strobe, obviously it's gonna strobe. And you guys can also set the speed of the strobe as well. If you guys can see right here, above that right there, it says speed. Right now it's at 100%. I could always turn that down. You know, I could turn it up. Turn it up, up. You know, whatever it is that you guys want to use just by holding it and then moving this at the same time. You guys can control that. You know, I normally keep it about 95 or 97. And then yeah, so that's pretty much what strobe is. And the other thing too is if right now I'm having to hold it and let it go and it goes away, I can always change that. I can always change how this button works by changing this knob right here. So you guys can see it says flash. If I go to toggle, it's gonna stay on until I toggle this back off. I can toggle it and then toggle it back off. If I toggle it again, if I switch to the timer, it's gonna go on a 1 second timer. As you guys can see, it says 1 second. It also has 5 seconds and then 10 seconds. So solely if you guys want to have it to where you guys press it, it goes away after 1 second or 5 seconds or 10 seconds. That's another cool feature right here. So yeah, it's totally up to you guys how you guys want to use this. I just keep it at the first one. I keep it right here at flash. That's just how I use it, right? I like to have full control of it. When I'm done, let it go. Now blinder pretty much just sets pretty much any fixture that you have connected to this to white, as you guys can see. That's a good feature to have, and I'll tell you guys why. At the end of the night, when you guys are done and you guys, you know, kind of want to let it be known that you guys are done, if you guys want, you guys can turn this on. Again, I have it to where I have to hold it, but you guys, again, can set it to toggle. So now it's just, everything's going to be on, right? It kind of lets everybody know, hey, the party's done. It's over. You guys don't have to do that, but sometimes it does help out, especially when we're cleaning up, right? It kind of lights everything up. If they haven't turned the lights on, that really helps us out. And another thing too, we had an event, a high school event that a girl actually kind of passed out. You know, she had some kind of condition, but anyway, she kind of passed out a little bit, and I was able to click the blinder to turn everything on because it was very dark in there and very smoky. So I was able to hit blinder and everything just kind of turned on, and everybody right away was aware, right? Because they didn't know what was going on until I turned all the lights on. So that is a great feature to have on the WMX1. The other thing right here is your speed. Speed pretty much just kind of speeds whatever it is that it's doing right now. Right now it's, you know, has it the speed that I have it. Now if I click this, it's gonna go a little bit faster, as you guys can see, right? And then blackout, well, obviously just black everything out. So whatever lights you guys have on or you guys are using, if you guys click this, see right now I have it on on a toggle, so that means until I click it back, it's going to turn on. And the reason being is because once I want to shut it off, I want to pretty much just shut it all off. That's good to have. A lot of us use this function or that button when we first arrive and we don't want anything on, right? We have everything set, but we don't want anything on because we haven't started yet, or we want to preserve the battery life until we're ready to go. Then that's a good function to have. And then once you're ready to go and the party's about to start, you hit that, and then everything's kind of pretty much starts going to whatever it is that you guys are about to do. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Smoke. This is not a fog machine or smoke machine, so it's not going to do anything. But yeah, again, I didn't go over everything else, but again, honestly, the only feature you're going to use with uplights is color effects. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I really hope that this video helped you guys out. If you guys have any questions about how this thing controls this, or anything that I might have not covered that you guys want to know, feel free to send me a comment down in the comment section. And as always, if you guys have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. I believe I'm almost at 400 subscribers. That's really awesome. I didn't think that this was going to be helpful to anybody, but that is the purpose of this channel. Why I started was to hopefully help people out there that might be looking for videos to help them on their journey as DJs. Because I know for me, watching videos has helped me to make decisions on what to purchase next, what not to purchase, things like that. So I really hope again that this video helped you guys out. So again, subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff. And if you guys can see or have seen kind of going around right here on my channel, feel free to add me on Instagram. I would really appreciate that too. I'm trying to grow my Instagram followers as well. I just recently started that probably in the beginning of this year with Valleywide DJ. I don't have my old one anymore. I still do, but I don't use it anymore because I'm trying to pretty much build our business, which again is Valleywide DJ Entertainment. But yeah, besides all that, that's really all I have. And with that, I will pass. Peace.